So let's get right into it. We know that the gun control debate is raging right now, and this is an issue that hits particularly close to home for you. Your grandfather, Bobby Kennedy, was assassinated, as well as your great-uncle, John F. Kennedy, in the 60s. And right now, polls are showing that 77% of Americans don't think that Congress is doing enough to stop these mass shootings. So how do you plan on holding your colleague accountable in Congress?
Look, we're not doing enough. I came into office in 2013. I can't even tell you how many times we have uttered our thoughts and prayers to the victims and the survivors of gun violence, and clearly thoughts and prayers aren't doing it. We have tried, Democrats in the House have tried. We even staged a sit-in for hours trying to get a vote on the House floor for a single piece.
But Democrats had a majority between 2009 and 2010, and they didn't even try to renew the federal assault weapons ban. And then after Sandy Hook in 2013, which is when you took office, there was a vote in the Democrat-controlled Senate that didn't even make it to the House because so many Democrats got there for the assault to renew that ban. So you also, do you think you need to hold your own Democratic Party accountable?
So I think there are a couple of things on that. Just because the bill didn't make it out of the House or out of the Senate doesn't mean the House shouldn't have voted on it. The House Republican leadership decided never to take that bill up, and we haven't had one ever since. And the challenge that I've got at this point, since I have been in office, we have done literally everything we possibly can to try to get Republican leadership just to give us a vote. And if it's voted down, fine, but give us a vote. At this point, the folks that are going to be able to hold Republican leadership accountable on this, I fear are not going to be Democrats in the House. It's going to be the American people saying, we want this, we want to protect our kids. If you can't, we'll change Congress when we will.
We've been talking about this yesterday, today. President Trump has suggested arming teachers inside schools and giving them bonuses for having these guns. Do you think that that is the right way to protect our kids? Is this a good idea?
No. No, look, it's not. The idea that somehow the right way to protect our children in schools is to try to make sure that more and more people have guns. Look, as you guys just highlighted, there was somebody with a gun outside this shooting, and it didn't make any difference at all.
They're always cracked.
So the issue I think we have to acknowledge, one, is that this is a complex one, and it's a hard one. Two, the thing that makes me so angry in part of this debate that does get framed largely from my Republican colleagues is that this is a mental health issue. Folks, the data on this could not be more clear. One, people with mental illness are far more likely to be victims of crime than perpetrators.
I said that.
Study after study shows that when it comes down to these mass shootings, the vast majority of them are not perpetrated by people suffering with mental illness. Now, are there circumstances where somebody is mentally ill? Yes. Do we need to actually invest in our mental health care? Absolutely. You know what the first big bill coming out of Congress was under this administration? A bill to cut Medicaid, the largest payer of mental health services in this country, by $800 billion.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So don't turn around and tell me this is a mental health issue when you just tried to cut the biggest payer of it by $800 billion.
Why did they get away with it? Trump, I know what you're talking about, and Trump gets away with it. He never loses his base, no matter what he does.
He didn't get away with that because her dad voted no.